Hi, it's Dwyer. Today is June the 1st, 2018. GamblersAdvisory.com, free site. DwyerSportsBetting.com, free site. Let's talk about an NBA play I like and a baseball play I like. But first, remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now, you don't get these opportunities too often, right? It's a hedge play here. If you are a futures bettor, right? Hear me again. If you are a futures bettor with money on Golden State to win the NBA championship, now, after game one, is the perfect time to hedge the play, right? You can get Cleveland right now. This is a perfect hedge, right? You can get Cleveland right now to win the NBA championship at a plus 950. Plus 950. So if you're looking for insurance, let's say you got Golden State at a minus 165 to win the NBA title, right? Just understand, at this stage of the season, it's binary. Either Golden State wins the title or Cleveland. There are no other alternatives, right? You can hedge that play and you can lock in profits right now, huge profits, by taking Cleveland at plus 950. Understand, it's very hard to imagine cheaper insurance than this. Let me go one step further. You just saw game one of the NBA Finals. The game went into overtime. Understand, if the referees don't reverse a charge on Kevin Durant, if George Hill hits the free throw at the end of the game, if J.R. Smith knows the score and just takes a three himself, right? Cleveland would have had a 33% chance of hitting that three. Or, better yet, when he gets the rebound off the missed free throw, goes straight back up with it, increasing the possibility of him being fouled while also being closer to the basket to make the shot. Cleveland could well have stolen game one. Let me also point out, too, I saw the game in a bar in Northern California where I live. Now, you could imagine there were a lot of Golden State Warrior fans in this bar. Folks, you could have heard a pin drop when Klay Thompson went down in the first quarter. They showed the replay. We were all speculating. Is it a knee? Is it his ankle? Right? Klay Thompson then limped to the locker room, left the court area. My point to you is that injuries happen in basketball. Even if you think Golden State has more talent than Cleveland, and obviously the world does, because you wouldn't be getting plus 950s if it were different. Right? Just understand that injuries happen at the worst possible times. Right? Klay Thompson easily could have been badly hurt and out for the series on that game one incident. Understand, Houston was up in their series against Golden State, and then Chris Paul got hurt and could not continue. Right? Golden State itself was missing Andre Iguodala in game one of the NBA Finals to injuries. Life has a lot of unexpected events. Now, while I myself believe Golden State is going to win the series, while I myself have long futures money on Golden State, right now is the time when I'm taking a hedge. I'm just telling you what I'm doing here, by taking the Cavs to win the series at plus 950. The point is, the money I have on Golden State now becomes insured, because if lightning strikes, if game two comes out and again Kevin Durant looks ineffective, again Kevin Love looks good, again LeBron James looks great, again, the Cavaliers are competitive. Let's say the Cavs steal game 2, you're never going to get this plus 950 insurance opportunity ever again. Understand, though, gambler, that there's heavy risk involved. The reason why the casino is offering a plus 950 today is because there is the risk that Kevin Love gets suspended for leaving the bench area during yesterday's late game dust-up. There's also uncertainty over whether or not the NBA looks the other way and allows Tristan Thompson to continue playing in the series. He himself might be suspended. And, of course, there is the risk that there's an emotional letdown, mental fallout from J.R. Smith not handling the end of regulation better, giving Cleveland its best chance to win the game. Right? But understand, you're being compensated for the risk when they tell you that you're getting a plus 950 on the current Eastern Conference champion. If you have long money on Golden State, my recommendation here is that you strongly consider locking in profits by taking the plus 950 Cleveland Cavaliers to win the series. Right, folks? Bet $10, get back $95. When's the last time in a major professional league championship that you've had an opportunity after a game has gone into overtime to get these kind of odds? Don't look the other way. Let me also say this too. I was talking to a hardcore Boston Celtic fan. We were talking during that series. Cleveland was down. He was looking at a 15-1 return if Boston just closed the show. And of course, Boston had home court advantage. You knew Boston was going to play Game 7 in Boston if it went 7. So I said to him, hey, you've hedged this, right? He had ample opportunity. Cleveland lost the first game of that series. I said, you've hedged this, right? You've thrown some money on Cleveland, the 4th seed in the East. And the guy told me, no, I think Boston's going to win. I said, look, what's the harm in taking some of your 15-1 expected winnings and just making sure you get your money back if the roof caves in? Guy laughed at me. Right? You know the rest. Never hedged it. Didn't win the 15-1. Didn't get back the return of his principal. Right? Nobody thinks they need a hedge until they actually need the hedge. Let's talk about baseball. Today's big game. The Boston Red Sox are going to play the Houston Astros in Houston. I like Jarrett Cole and the Houston Astros at a minus 120. Right? Simply put, Chris Sale is coming off a very bad start against the Atlanta Braves. How bad? He gives up 6 runs in 4 1/3 innings. Right? 6 runs in 4 1/3 innings. Now, all I'm saying is, by contrast, Cole, Houston starter, who is pitching at home, has been lights out. Right? He hasn't had a recent dust-up like Chris Sale did in his last start. Right? Given that Houston is playing at home and has an absolute horse on the mound, and given that the odds are just a minus 120, I like Houston over the Boston Red Sox today. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I hope you leave your comments in the comment section to this video. Don't be stupid. Hedge the Golden State play right here. Right? It's true, Golden State might win Game 2. They're playing at home. Right? Maybe you're able to get longer odds in the future. My point to you is, do you really need longer odds when the casino is offering you a plus 950 today? How much more proof, too, do you need that this NBA Finals is more competitive than people are letting on? Folks, from three-point range, Kevin Love's three-point percentage on the season is right around where Kevin Durant's is. Did you know that George Hill hits 40% of his threes? At least he did this last year. Right? You saw several guys on Golden State struggle in their shooting percentage yesterday. Just look at the box score. Just think of Kevin Durant, to name one. Right? When you see a plus 950, and when it's perfect, insurance. In other words, if you have Golden State to win the series, you know the only other possibility is that Cleveland wins the series. And they're giving you the Cleveland insurance policy at plus 950. I think you need to cross the street and take it here. At least hedge part of your expected winnings. You don't have to hedge all of it, right? Just reduce your risk here, so that if the roof caves in, you at least have made your money back. And you could do so cheaply at a plus 950. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. Thanks for stopping by.